It is our very last day here in New Orleans, and we are up before the sun. We want to take one last spin in this beautiful city on our bicycles.
I send my regards to you, love. The seas that we sailed across were rough, 'cause those winds and those rains and those holes and those cannons we fought were too much for you in the end. Too much you thought. I'm like a sycamore seed turning as I fall, as I see you walking to me down the hall. And I'll be trying to pretend that I was fine, and every day I hadn't missed you at all. I'm like a sycamore seed turning as I fall, as I see you walking to me down the hall. And I'll be trying to pretend that I was fine, and every day I hadn't missed you at all. Oh, I send my regards to you, love. Those ropes that would pull us apart were tough, 'cause those winds and those rains and those holes and those cannons we fought were too much for you in the end. Too much you thought. I'm like a sycamore seed turning as I fall, as I see you walking to me down the hall. And I'll be trying to pretend that I was fine, and every day I hadn't missed you at all. I'm like a sycamore seed turning as I fall, as I see you walking to me down the hall. And I'll be trying to pretend that I was fine, and every day I hadn't missed you at all. Oh.
And of course, even though we are enjoying our beautiful bike ride, it wouldn't be right if we left New Orleans without stopping at Cece's Coffee House one last time.
She had a little breakfast sandwich. Is it good? I didn't even take a bite, but the cheese is good.
Consistency. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
There's the chunks for me.
What made for you? Just fine. I'm gonna miss this, you know. All right, let's do it.
this riding around got us pretty hungry, so we decided to try some fresh beignets from Cafe Beignet. We actually had not been there yet. Now that we've filled up with more coffee and sweets, it is time to circle around the block one more time and just soak up the last few minutes of our time here in New Orleans. This trip was such a beautiful thing for us, and we are grateful that we got to come here. As you know, this was Selena's first time, even though I've been here several times in the past, and it was such a treasure to be able to share that with her. New Orleans for me has always been one of those places that is a second home, a home away from home. And I don't say that about many places. The only other place that I could really say that about is probably Birmingham, Alabama. I spent some time there when I was in my early 20s, and I love that city as well. But the difference with New Orleans is it is so inclusive and it is so diverse in a way that many cities just aren't, especially not, where I'm from. We come from a small town where it's literally like 81%, Caucasian people. But here in New Orleans, the racial makeup is so diverse. Languages are so diverse. Everywhere you turn, you're not just hearing English, you're hearing French, Spanish, and a whole plethora of other languages. And that's a beautiful thing when so many different cultures can come together and live beside each other and share in their cultures with each other. I love that about New Orleans. And it's one of the things that keeps me coming back here year after year. Another thing that's really awesome about New Orleans is just the religious diversity. Because here it's common to see Christians, but also people from other religions. You see Buddhists, you see Muslims, you see people from all religious backgrounds. And that is something that's really important to me. It's really dear to me. I love that, so many different religions can be present together and beside each other and holding one another up. And I think that that's what humanity is really all about. But also people that perhaps don't follow organized religion, they're here too. They're present. And that's okay. You have a huge voodoo community. You have the Wiccans, like everybody shows up full force in New Orleans. And whether you agree or not, they're here and they're included. And I really think that that is such a beautiful concept. And this may be a little bit of a taboo thing to talk about, but as a person that is, number one, a person of color, but number two, a member of the LGBTQ community, there have been times where I've gone out into public with my partner and I felt really uncomfortable with any form of PDA. Selena will be like, well, here, let me hold your hand. And I'm like, no, you're going to get a shot. Like, and that's crazy. And yes, maybe I am a little bit more cautious than other people, but I am aware that, hey, we're still out here getting hate crimed in a lot of parts of the world, but also the US. It can be sticky. But here in New Orleans, there is such a huge community of LGBTQ. The city has really embraced it, and you see pride flags everywhere. And this was probably the first time in a long time that I did not feel self-conscious, walking up the road, holding my partner's hand or anything like that. And that kind of inclusivity and peace of mind really is priceless. So New Orleans, like, shout out to y'all. Y'all are really doing something great in this world. But here we are getting ready to lock our bikes back up because we are almost at the hostel. We have to be on the train out of New Orleans in a couple of hours, and it is bittersweet. I do not want to go. I mean, I do to a certain degree. I want to see my family. I love them more than anything, but I don't want to leave.
We're all packed up and almost ready to go. It's kind of bittersweet.
But we're coming back.
Yeah, we're definitely coming back.
We're coming back here.
She really likes the hostel.
And we're all back to Loretta's.
To where?
Loretta's.
Yeah.
You already. Y'all see how she does me? I told her I was gonna add for my nose, and she done hit roll on the camera. I'm congested. We want to tell y'all about the Blue Bikes program here in New Orleans. The Blue Bikes program is a bike share program here in New Orleans.
Okay, so we've mentioned several times that we have rented bicycles, and the bicycles that we have rented were Blue Bikes.
Yay!
And Tiffany is going to tell you all about them.
Anyway, the Blue Bikes program is a bike share program here in New Orleans. And how it works is you find these little blue stations all throughout the quarter, the downtown area, and you rent yourself a bike using an app on your phone.
They're sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana. It's a program that encourages healthy lifestyles and gives people access to exercise in a way that is environment friendly.
To rent the bikes, you download the Blue Bikes app on your phone, you locate one of those blue stations, you scan the code on the bike, and it will unlock the bike for you. It costs $1 to unlock, and it's 15 cents per minute of ride time. So it's a pretty cool feature. Like, we've rode the bikes all over. In my opinion, the bicycle is the most efficient way to get around in a city like New Orleans. We pass so many cars just in traffic. And we're not traffic riders. Like, we're from little town in Tennessee. There's not traffic like that. So it really cut down on the time it took to get anywhere here in the quarter.
And it doesn't wear you down as much. Like, you get tired walking, and it gets hot, you get sweaty.
Agree.
It's not like that on the bike.
Agree.
It's still hot, but you have the wind.
Yeah, and the Blue Bikes are pedal assisted e-bikes. Top speed that you can reach on those is 16 miles an hour, which I was comfortable with that. There was no fancy buttons to push or anything. You just start pedaling, motor kicks in, stop pedaling, motor cuts off. So very simple. Had a cute little headlight on it. And if you get off the bike, you lock the bike at an approved station or to a lamppost or a street sign that's tall. You can put the bike on hold on the phone app, and when you're ready, you can unlock the bike and ride off again.
It only will hold it for 60 minutes though.
Yeah, and it does charge you for hold time. And we did stop a few times, like at cafes, to get coffee. But also we went to a museum and we had it on hold for about 50 minutes there. It does charge you still the 15 cents per minute, which came out to about $9 per hour, which I think is pretty good. That's comparable to what any of the bike rentals around here would cost. We looked at some online and it was saying anywhere from like 40 to 150, depending on how long you rented the bike, the type of bike that you rented, and all that good stuff.
And they also, a lot of the bike shops did not open until like 9 or 10 a.m. And like by that time, like it's
busy
blazing and it's hot.
It's busy. It's the busy for me. Cause
It's the hot for me.
if y'all just watch these cars go by on Canal, they are nuts. They are nuts, okay? They don't care about nothing.
But with the Blue Bikes, we've been getting out at like 6 a.m. or getting up, getting ready and like heading out no later than like 7:30.
And you can check the bike out whenever you want to, 24 hours a day, it doesn't matter. And with the, like she was saying, with the bike shops, like you have to be there 10 a.m. at a certain time, certain place. So,
and you have to interact with people.
yeah, and I ain't trying to do that. We were sitting down in the lobby yesterday,
here at the hostel. Now, mind you, she dragged me out the room. I did not want to come out. I was in for the night. She dragged me out. There's people everywhere, and I was like, look at this. They're like cockroaches crawling out the ceiling. And she's like, Tiffany, stop. I'm just saying. I'm an introvert, okay? I'm a little bit of a homebody.
She doesn't like a lot of people. Just crazy because we come to New Orleans.
No, I don't know though. I can handle a big city. At least I think I can. I used to live in Birmingham, Alabama, which is also a pretty big city. And I enjoy it because I feel like in a bigger city, everybody's so busy, they're not paying attention to you. You know, in a small town, like, girl, you can't fart without somebody running to go tell it.
And here they do not care.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care what you're wearing or what you look like.
No.
They don't care.
New Orleans really is a city where anybody can come and feel welcome. It doesn't matter what religion you are, where you're from, what color you are. Like, everybody is here and they are welcoming. So, in my experience anyway. How do you feel about it?
Feel that way.
Another thing I love is just walking up the road and you hear so many different languages. You know, French is commonly spoken here. You hear a lot of Spanish. I've picked up on some languages I couldn't even identify. And I love it. Like, I'm here for all of that. I wish more places were like that, more inclusive, more diverse. So, no matter who you are, you're welcome in New Orleans. When it comes to the Blue Bikes, if you are a person that has come to New Orleans on an extended stay, or maybe you live here, you can do a membership for $25 a month, and it gives you 60 minutes per day of ride time, which I think would come out pretty cheap in the end, compared to, like I said, we did like $30 just for one day, but
Yeah. Still wasn't bad though.
and something else that's really cool about them, if you are a SNAP recipient or a Medicaid recipient here in Louisiana, your monthly membership for Blue Bikes is only $4 a month. So yeah, that's freaking cool. Their whole goal is to make it affordable and available to everybody regardless of socioeconomic status. So we like that. But moving on, maybe bicycles are not your thing. Maybe you want to do a combination of walk, streetcar, ferry ride. RTA is for you. Take it away, Selena.
Okay, so I have this little app. It's called the La Pass app. And you download it on your phone. And you can go through there. It shows you all the different routes. They have streetcars. They have buses. They have the ferry. And you literally can get anywhere around this city. You type in where you're going to go. And it'll tell you your options of like streetcar, bus, you know, ways to get there, what bus numbers you're going to take, or streetcars you're going to take.
But also, I like that you can track individual buses. So,
Yes.
like, you can go on there and see how far away your bus is, which direction it's traveling in, where it's coming from, expected arrival time. Like, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
If you get the app La Pass, then you can get what they call a Jazzy Pass for $3 a day. And the Jazzy Pass gives you unlimited rides on streetcars, buses, and the ferry for $3. And you don't have to activate it right when you buy it, but from the moment that you activate it, you have 24 hours. So me and her, literally one of those days, we were back and forth on the streetcar.
All day long.
Just back and forth. We had took the ferry that day. And literally $3.
They have other options though. You can do like the 1 day pass. They have 3 day, they have 7 day, and they have a 31 day pass. And they have the prices for all that on there. But one of the best things about the streetcars and the ferry, they have air conditioning.
Good cold air too, boy. Look, it's been really hot. This is August, and we are in the deep south. And we have been baking from sun up to sundown, and like just the relief that you feel when you get on one of those streetcars or ferries and that cold air hits you, man.
And then they have like the priority riders, so people that are 65 or older, or are on riders with disability, or on Medicaid. The price is lower for them.
And also kids
Yeah,
under a certain
and
age. It's
It's
free for
80
certain kids.
cents for the priority rider for a 1-day pass.
Like, that's amazing. Public transit here is really good, and it's really inclusive, and it's affordable for pretty much every budget. And I definitely think New Orleans is onto something good with their public transit. But you know what though? If you don't want to take any of those options, maybe not the bicycle, maybe not the streetcar, ferry, bus, you can always get around on them 2 good old feet, boy. It's one thing I can say. New Orleans is built on a grid style, and everything kind of intersects. And I've seen so many pedestrians, people just walking, and that's always a good thing to see. We've also seen people on skateboards, mopeds, everything.
I've seen one on a 4-wheeler.
4-wheeler, dirt bike. We
Tons
saw a
and
man
tons
on
of
a tall
bicycles.
bike. I've seen a tandem bike. Like, there's nothing that we have not seen in the way of transportation while we've been here. So that's freaking cool. Another thing, let's say you're coming to New Orleans and you do decide that you want to drive a car. Let me forewarn you, that is going to be an expensive endeavor, because you have to pay to park pretty much everywhere. Even if it's on a street corner, they've got the parking meters. They do have some 24-hour parking garages down here, but also something else you have to keep in mind: if you are visiting the French Quarter, the road space is tight. It's very narrow down there, the streets are, and there are pedestrians everywhere, there's cyclists everywhere. So cars may not be the best way to get around down here in the Big Easy, which I love. I'm about that life. I ain't got a car no damn way. Or I ain't got no damn car. So we are gonna check out of this hostel at 11, which is in 23 minutes. Our train comes, actually no, our train leaves the station at 1:45, and we have close to a 12-hour ride back home. I'm ready to go home.
Me too.
I love New Orleans. I want to come back. I wish that I could move here. I love it. But I'm ready to go home. Yeah.
I'm sad to leave, but I'm excited to go home.
Yeah. We got a family at home.
Kids, dogs, birds. Our birds.
Yeah. And there's no place like home. And home is wherever your family is, so it's time to go. But maybe we can talk them into wanting to move down here. I'll tell you, my daughters would eat this up. They would love it. I don't know about the boys. I have to work on them a little bit. And my mama gonna have a fit. You gonna mess up my curls. Quit. Y'all see her irritate me? Why is she like this? It's starting to rain, guys. Oh no.
Oh, it's pouring down. What are we gonna do?
We can always stay another day. No,
No, we
we're
can do
going
that.
home.
We already have everything packed. So I thought that it was recording, and it was not recording. But I was just gonna show you guys. It's pouring down out here. Like, it's real life pouring down. We have to. Somebody come and get her. I'm gonna leave her down here. We have to get all the way over there to that little station right there and get on the streetcar. Which doesn't look that far, but it is pouring down rain, so hopefully we can get out there. Maybe the rain will let up, and I don't know. It looks a little questionable out there.
You're questionable out there.
Maybe we won't get completely soaked with our bags and stuff.
I'm just saying, if we move down here, if I have to change my channel name from somewhere in Tennessee to somewhere in New Orleans, yeah, that's what we'll do.
Somewhere in the quarter.
Somewhere in the quarter. Somewhere in the Big Easy.
Somewhere on Canal.
Oh no, dear.
Or something like that.
I'm on Canal. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
stay on Canal the whole time.
Why? We can't. We should just buy this hostel and live here.
We can't buy this.
Why not?
Girl, I can't afford 2 candy bars rubbed together. You talking about buying a hostel?
Why don't we win the lottery or something? Buy the hostel. We'd have our own room, our own shower. The kids can have a room next to us.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it, y'all.
I know you ain't talking. Show me a little white girl dance.
She loves this little white girl dance.
This is she do.
This is
Y'all
what
ready?
this is what reeled her in and got her in bed with me. That's not even what I be doing. My phone is ringing.
Do your little dance, Selena. 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 Y'all have got to check out this bathroom. Look at all the Life magazine covers. Used as wallpaper. Like, it's crazy. They're all over the ceiling too. This is downstairs in the lobby of the High New Orleans Hostel on Canal. Like, that's sick and I love it.
I thought that was awesome.
Last streetcar ride. Going to the train station. Going home. I didn't even have it on yet.
Put her off of what train is this? 58.
She fussing at me. We got a little table. Got my little feet up. We are boarding Amtrak New Orleans.
She fussing at me, but who put her feet up?
Y'all heard? She's still going. I'm over here. I gotta
You tried it.
I gotta run away. Bye. And 12 hours later, we were home, somewhere in Tennessee. Our beautiful family was there to pick us up, and we couldn't have been more happy to see them. The train ride was nice. New Orleans was nice. But nothing is better than being with the people that you love. These kids really mean the world to us. And we love our lives with them here, somewhere in Tennessee.